What's up, Justin Smith? I was gonna do a video on feeding the honeybees, but it's pretty simple to open a, hey Jackie, what's going on? Pretty simple to open up a beehive and dump some sugar water in, so thought maybe I might get stung. Maybe I can get it on live stream. What's everybody doing today? Weather's nice here. It's like 70 degrees. Catch and cook. I just posted one of me on my redfish that I just had. But actually getting ready, I just caught some crappie. Let's see, what day was that? Friday. I just caught some Friday, and I'm getting ready to cook the crappie here in just a minute. So I guess I'll video that and I'll add it to my video and make it a catch and cook. It won't be a catch clean cook because I didn't get any of the cleaning, but I'll do the catch and cook part. I'm pretty much gonna cook them the same way I did those redfish though. What we're gonna do here is this hive right here, it needs sugar water. They don't have much honey, so we're gonna feed them. It's getting close to winter, or not getting close to winter, getting into fall, close to fall, and got to make sure all the bees have plenty of sugar water stores, honey stores. Have I ever caught a crappie? Not today, I haven't. We caught some pretty good ones Friday. Give this a minute, get some people get in here. Move this down here. I don't put the gloves on yet. I'll hold the camera for a sec. So the bees aren't really all that active today. I don't know if you can see anything. Oh, thanks, Justin. Where are you located at? We could probably make that happen if you're close. Indiana. Well, what's going on, Courtney? Indiana's a little far away. I don't know how we'd make that work. Maybe if I ever go on a road trip. So the bees are pretty... You're a kid. That's all right. It's good to take kids fishing. Can't wait to take my kids fishing. Olivia, she turns 3 in December. So I'll give her a little bit more time, and we'll definitely be taking her fishing. She likes casting her little reel and reeling it in the living room, but with her little plastic fish on there. Mommy's life is the wife of Daddy's life. I don't know if you don't know Daddy's life, go check him out. If you're not a subscriber to Mommy's Life, go sub her too. So the bees are bringing in pollen. Let me see if I can get down here. I'll turn this camera around. So see this guy? See all the pollen he's got on his back legs? All right, Grant. I'm gonna come down there and go duck hunting with you. You can see these bees coming in. got pollen all over them. Ugh. So this is gonna be pretty simple. That's like I said a while ago before I think anybody jumped in here. There's not much to feeding the bees, so instead of making a video, I thought, why not go live? Maybe I'll get stung. I can sit here long enough, I probably will. I don't know, they're pretty calm today. We got a nectar flow going on again. The goldenrod's blooming, and we're getting a lot of rain, so we got a lot of flowers. The biggest fish that I've caught was probably a 100-pound spoonbill, somewhere around 100 pounds, give or take. Didn't get it on camera. I just started this YouTube thing back about 5-6 months ago. So I didn't get that on video, but about 80 pounds to 100 pounds, somewhere in there, spoonbill. I got a video, if you go back on my videos, I went fishing with Keeping It Dutch and Daniel Arms from Arms Family Homestead, and we went snagging for spoonbill. Go watch Daniel's video at Arms Family Homestead of catching dinosaurs, I think was the name of the video. He actually got my catch on film. I didn't get my catch on film. Off the ranch. No, I don't know off the ranch. Well, the bees are coming in like crazy. What's going on, JC's Fishing? Courtney Edge, how you been? I haven't seen you in a while. I've been working a lot and just got back from vacation, so I haven't really been on YouTube for the past 3 weeks. I'm just now kind of getting back to where I'm getting to post. Did you see the Browns? The Browns went into overtime. They're tied with the Steelers. They ended up tying the game. How do you end an NFL football game in a tie? So does that mean the Browns won? I mean, does that mean the Browns won a freaking football game this year? I mean, does it go 50-50? I don't know how that works. I mean, I'm gonna say the Browns won. No win or no lose. I'm gonna say they won. That's an accomplishment for the Browns. I mean, what? They didn't win a football game last year, so to go out with a tie against the Steelers, that's a win. That's got to be a win. They would have won if they had my man Baker Mayfield in. I was kind of looking at the stats earlier, and Tyrod Taylor went for like 38% pass completion. It was like, what was it, 15 of 39 passes? That's ridiculous. I think I could do that. I'm not gonna lie. I think I could complete 15 passes. That's something else. I mean, the offensive line at the Browns, they're not very good. Anyway, we'll get off football. Let's feed these bees. We got some people in here. Here's what we're gonna do. I got some sugar water made up here in a bucket. And it's really simple. I'm gonna pop the top on this hive, and I've got a feeder inside the hive, and we are going to just fill it up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. So let me get my gloves on here. I'm gonna try not to get my kids don't come near my bees. I just put Olivia down for a nap because she was in a terrible mood. Hattie just got back. They had a meeting after church for the nursery. My wife helps with the nursery, and so they didn't get home till like 1:30, and Hattie's been down for a nap for a little while. Olivia came back from my sister's house in a terrible mood, so she just got put in bed. So that's where the kids are. I know Mommy's life, she loves this little deal. Try to get a really good close-up of these bees. They're not too active. I'll actually take the camera and bring it up here and take my gloves off. All right, that's a beautiful hive. See all the bees on here. So they're not too bad. Let's, the new hive. The one with the laying workers, I just combined them. There'll be a video coming up on it. I've got two beekeeping videos already. I already got them videoed. I just edited them. So they'll be coming, I'll be putting them on. All right, here, I'm gonna show you guys a close-up of a hive. If I can find, there it is. All right, you can see all the bees in there. This is the hive that we couldn't get a queen ever, and finally we got one, and it looks like they're doing awesome. So that's what the inside of a hive looks like. Let me see here. I'll see if I can't set this tripod up a little bit better. And we'll see if I can't get a close-up of this. These bees are interesting little animals. They are, I'm gonna be doing a whole lot of honey extracting next week. I went and checked my hives, which there'll be a video coming up on it. I got it edited, I just haven't got it uploaded to YouTube. I went and checked on my hives at my parents' house, and man, you talk about honey. They are loaded with honey. So I'm gonna have to do a, honey extracting video. All right. All right, so there's the inside of a hive. See if we get a frame out of here. Oh. I seen I had a question there about honey, but I didn't get to read it. So here, this is all honey. So this is capped honey right here. And all this that's real shiny right here, that's all honey. These probably don't even need to be fed. I didn't know they didn't have this in here the other day, so they've made all that recently. We'll set that over there. See if we can find the queen on a live stream. This hive is doing really well. There's a lot of honey here. Let's see if I can pan up here. Okay, so all this over here by my thumb, that's all capped honey. And all this right here, that's all this capped, that's all brood. You can see the larvae is down in the cells, the eggs are down in the cells. But all this around here, this is all honey, it goes all the way around. Trying to locate the queen. She isn't on that frame. Oh, I don't know if you heard that or not. I made him mad. Not seeing the queen. I know she's in here though. I know she's in here. She's in here. There's lots of eggs and stuff. We're going to put it back together. All right, we'll feed these guys some sugar water. All right. We'll go up here for a minute. I can take my veil off and get to some of the questions. They'll follow me for a little bit. Still got one buzz in my head, I can hear you. Oh, good news. We didn't get stung. That's always a good thing. I did get sugar water all over my tripod here. All right, let's see what we got going on here. I haven't been able to read the chat because I was feeding those bees, so let's see what we got. How are you, RJ Homestead? Hey, what's up, Dad? Tony Littlefield, that's my dad. Just feeding them honeybees. Thanks, Jump Off. I seen you just hit the... Yeah, everybody hit that thumbs up for me if you would. C-Rod dipping in outdoors. What's going on? I thought I seen something in here about honey earlier. All right, jump off. I'm guessing that you're talking about extracting the honey. I have honey supers on my hives at my parents' house, and they're loaded with honey. The honey supers are loaded. They're like, usually when you go into winter, you'll go in with 2 brood boxes. Right now I've got 2 brood boxes and the honey super. So that's gonna leave a lot of room in there. So as long as I check the hives, that in between the two brood boxes, the honey super's full of honey and the brood boxes are full of honey also. So I'm gonna pull the honey off and I'm going to extract it for myself. And I got about 200 pounds of honey I gotta extract. That's how much they've made over summer. But I'm looking forward to that. I bought a brand new electric extractor, so we're going to try it out for the first time. All right, I've seen another question. All right, what's the breakdown on the water to sugar for the mix? Okay, I've got a 2-to-1, so two part sugar, 1 part water. Yeah, that's what I've got on that. Usually you leave anywhere between 35 pounds to 50 pounds for the bees, so somewhere in there. That's how much honey you leave them for winter. I make pollen patty sugar blocks, but I actually make a sugar block, which is it's a big chunk of sugar. It's just a big sugar cube like you'd put in a coffee. And I actually make those, and I will put them on the hives over winter in case they do run out of honey. That way they have that sugar block that they can eat on, and I usually have no problems. I've got enough time right now still left before winter gets here, because I'll be able to get into my hives all the way up till about 1st of November, maybe mid-November, depending on how that goes. If it's a real hot day and it's 60 to 70 degrees outside, I can get into a hive and I can supplement sugar water and feed them on those days. But what honey I do take now, I'm just gonna take the cappings off and we're gonna sling the honey out. So I'll actually give those frames back and I'll let them clean them all up and take the honey that I missed out, and they can take the honey and store it. And I'm gonna feed them heavy, starting here pretty soon till winter gets here. So they'll have plenty of sugar water. Of course, sugar water is probably not as good for them as their honey, but like I said, everybody does it and nobody ever really has any issues. I usually don't lose a whole lot of hives over winter. I think I lost 1 hive last year over winter in them, which was kind of a bummer, but I think I've lost like 4 or 5 hives this summer just due to heat, probably varroa mites, hive beetles, a lot of different things. Bees are really tough to keep alive. People don't really realize it. You think you put them in a box and they just make honey for you, but man, they're hard to keep alive. They have so many diseases, nosema. There's all kinds of different nosema viruses, which is pretty much like giving the bees diarrhea. Then on top of that, there is your American foul brood and your European foul brood. Don't remember which one's which. I think it's the European foul brood. No, it's the American foul brood, I think. American foul brood, you got to burn the frames, the hive. You got to burn everything. I mean, the bees will die anyway, but it will just, anything you put in that box, it'll kill it forever. It's a disease, and it is brutal on honeybees. Trying to think of any other sicknesses. Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing something. Bees are just tough to keep alive, I'm telling you. You wouldn't think it. Let's see, I answered the breakdown on the sugar water. Nathan likes drums. How are you? jump off. Look, like my dad, he just had enough of us. He come in to say what's up and then left. Well, I don't know why I keep bees. At first I got into beekeeping because I got into gardening. And I wanted something to pollinate all of my cucumbers, watermelons, cantaloupe. I just wanted some pollinate because I wasn't seeing a whole lot of bees around when I lived at my parents' house. So I thought, well, I'll just get a couple hives. Well, I kind of got addicted to it. Like, they're hard to keep alive and it's a pain in the butt, but it's addictive. And especially whenever you get the reward of extracting the honey, and I don't know, it's a pain, but it's also rewarding. So I got it for my pepper plants because they pollinate pepper plants. There's my wife. They pollinate pepper plants. They don't, your tomatoes, they're self-pollinators. Don't forget to mow when I go to your house. My bees need mowed around. I tried to mow my house today, but my wheel fell off my deck on my mower. But anyways, all of your pepper plants, your cucumber, your vine plants, like watermelon, cucumbers, cantaloupe. I know I've said this like 4 times. I'm repeating myself. I'm just trying to think of all the plants that bees actually are beneficial to. Tomato plants, not so much. I've never actually seen a bee on my tomato plants. They are self-pollinators. They cross-pollinate themselves. They do pollinate squash, zucchini. There's a bunch of them. So I got honeybees for my garden. That's why I did it. And then I just enjoyed it. And I still enjoy it. I really do. They're just really hard to keep alive. I really do enjoy beekeeping. It's awesome. I love catching a wild hive. There's just something about going out and catching a wild swarm whenever bees swarm. There's just something about going out and catching them. I didn't get to do that very much this year. Nobody called me for any. I know that I'm not like really big known for beekeeping in Pryor right at the moment because this is just my 3rd year. I didn't really advertise it a whole lot this year, but I love catching wild swarms. There is money, yeah, and there's money in extracting them out of walls of houses. I get $15 for a pint is what I get for raw honey, and I get 26 for a quart, and I sell it as fast as I can get it. I don't have enough honey that I really I sold more than I wanted to this year, but I had to pay for my new extractor. So that's about it. Anybody else got any more questions about honeybees while we're here? I mean, anybody's got any questions, right now is a good time. If you're watching this live stream later on, just comment down below if you have a question. I'd be more than happy to answer it. I'm no expert by any means. I'm getting pretty good at it, but I'm no expert. There's just so much to beekeeping that it's unreal. And every question that I do get that I don't know the answer to, I have a friend that's been doing it for a really long time, and his name's Bob, and he can answer anything for me. So if you have a question I don't know it, then I'll ask him. Let's see here. Nope, it doesn't get cold enough here to need a bee house. Bees overwinter fine here. A lot of people bring their bees to Oklahoma and overwinter them. I have a friend who actually, they run like 5,000 hives, and they're a big time company. They're commercial, and they actually take their bees to Texas, and they get them ready early spring. And come spring, they'll take them to, what's going on, Seven Sprouts? Good to see you. They actually take them to California to pollinate almond plants. And they pay really, really well for that, for pollination in California. So then they'll take them there. The honey on almond plants isn't very good. They'll come back and they'll do the honey extracting and get it all out. And then they'll get them all ready and they'll take them to Minnesota. Now, Minnesota is where they make really good honey at. Now, it's not raw. It's still raw, but it's not local honey. But man, they make a lot of honey. They'll fill a honey super up so fast up there. I don't know if it's just the weather that they have there, but man, they really make a lot of honey. But basically, when they get done with that, they'll bring them back here, they'll extract the honey, and they'll leave the bees here in Oklahoma because the weather's just it's not that bad. So, but we'll overwinter the bees here in the boxes. Oh, the name of the queen. Yeah, I do. I forget which one we picked, but I did actually decide on, there's a bunch of them. I decided to go with a lot of your all's names that you all picked for that queen because I have so many that I need to do. Yeah, blueberries. We have a blueberry farm here, and the guy that has the blueberry farm here, he actually got rid of his bees because he didn't have time for them. But the guy that he got rid of the bees to actually brings the bees to his blueberry farm still, so it's a win-win situation for him. He just didn't have time for the honeybees. But like your apples, all your peaches, all your fruit trees, bees are very beneficial for fruit trees. And you'll see them take a lot of them to peach farms, and you'll see them take them to apple orchards and blueberry farms and all that stuff. Bees are they do a lot. A lot of people don't even realize everything that bees do, and I really didn't either until I got into it. I mean, bees make the world turn. If we don't have no bees, we don't have no world. So nobody realizes that if it wasn't for bees, we wouldn't have all this food that we eat. Let's see what else we got going on here. Yeah, Seven Sprouts, if you ever have any questions about beekeeping, just hit me up. I'll try to answer them. If I don't know, I'll get the answers for you. Beekeeping I just jumped into it. I didn't take classes. I didn't do anything. I just went and bought some bees, and I didn't go to meetings. I didn't do any of that. I just bought the bees and thought, well, I'm gonna set these bees up right here, and they're gonna pollinate all my stuff, and I'm gonna extract the honey, and we're gonna be good. And no, it don't work that way. So if you ever have any questions, and I wish I would have started documenting this from the very, very beginning so people could learn from my mistakes. But I'm gonna make many, many more, so just keep watching. I mean, there's so many bees right here. I don't know what's going on. They followed me. In Tennessee, I have family in Tennessee. Bees might smell on here. That's what they're doing. I've got so much sugar water on here now, and they're up here. I guess they smell it. I don't know how they do it, but man, they'll find that stuff. They find it everywhere. It's crazy. That's what I built my new shop, which I got a video on it coming up too. That's my shop. They're getting ready to come put the garage doors on next week. And hopefully I can do some honey extracting in there. But right now, without the doors on, I'm just gonna have a bunch of issues. But yep, anyways, that's about all I got for you guys. Anybody got any more questions before I hop off here? I'm gonna go in here and, oh, thanks, Seven Sprouts. Yeah, I love it. I love my shop. Wanted it bigger, but we don't have but a half acre here for right now, so I'll live with it. But anybody else got any more questions? I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta work tonight, so I'm gonna go in and hang out with my family. Well, I say my family. Hattie might be up. Olivia, she's asleep. She better be asleep. She was being a stinker earlier. Going once, going twice, sold. No more questions? No problem, Seven Sprouts. I I would have just done a video, but I mean, to feed a honeybee, you're just putting in honey, they're putting the sugar water in. So thought, well, I'll do a live stream. Been on here for 35 minutes now, a lot longer than I thought I'd be on here. All right, well, I'm gonna close this video out. So if you guys are watching this and it is not live, which it's not gonna be because I'm getting ready to end it, be sure and smash that subscribe button, hit that like button. And like I always say, until next time, we'll see you on the next video. I'm back.